Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Today we were talking about some dividend stocks that we've had our eye on. At least I have. I've talked about these stocks before. The first one I want to talk about, I have NEM. You'll see. We'll talk about that one in a minute. But I also want to talk about Walgreens. Okay, so this is WBA stock is at $21, which I remember this stock used to trade in the 40s and 50s on a consistent basis, even going back to 2019. You'll see in 2021 we hit $54 a share. I don't think Walgreens is going anywhere. And so when we look at a stock like Walgreens, which has an 8.97% dividend yield, trading at $21 per share, down 74% in the past 5 years. In the last year alone, Walmart is down 47% or $19.26. Now, this might be one of those situations where Walgreens sitting at such a low valuation relative to where it's traded in the past, you can ask yourself, do you think Walgreens is done? I mean, as far as where I am, CVS doesn't stand a chance, in my personal opinion, compared to Walgreens. Walgreens is the top dog, at least where I'm located. We probably have, I think, 3 Walgreens within a 5-mile radius. And that just shows you the strength of Walgreens Boots Alliance. They still have a lot of locations in strategic markets that are not going anywhere. The markets in particular around my area are pretty good markets, I would say. All locations are still alive. I would say we have like 3. Yeah, I think 3 in total is the total amount just within a very small radius. And so when I'm looking at the dividend and the cash flow that, Walgreens continues to pay out, all right? So we have 8.97%, 0.48% dividend, WBA, and we have a dividend of $1.92, 0.48 cash amount on the dividend there. Now, 0.4775 was actually, you'll see that it just keeps on going up, like 0.4575, 0.44. Over the long run, Walgreens definitely has delivered in terms of its dividend, and no cuts as of yet. So we'll see what happens. Nothing's guaranteed in the stock market, but right now, Walgreens Boots Alliance continues to pay out a solid dividend of 48 cents per share without cutting it and actually raising it over the last several years. With that being said, let's move on to the next stock, which is Newmont Mining. This stock, NEM, is trading with a dividend yield right now of about 4.4%. The actual dividend amount is 40 cents. They did cut this. The stock is down to $36 a share. I'm still kind of surprised the stock is this low. I think 40 cents on the dividend is a fair amount, and you're getting a nice 4+% dividend yield along with that. We can look at the NASDAQ website if we can find that. This is, in my opinion, the best data to look at for the dividends. It presents it very clearly on NASDAQ.com. But you'll see here the dividend yield, a little bit different than what we see on Google, but nonetheless, 40 cents. They did cut this from 55 cents. That being said, you'll see how it was a lot less in the past, right? Like 14 cents versus it's still 40 cents, and you're still getting a solid 4+% dividend yield. Now, this is another gold one right here. So this is going to be B2Gold or BTG, another gold mining stock that I've talked about on the channel in the past. This stock just hit $3 today. Just under 3 actually. So this one has gone up well past $6 per share, $7. Let's look at a previous chart of this stock. So you're not only talking the potential for dividends, but also, just look at the long-term chart. We've seen these prices in the past, $6-7 a share. You could be talking potentially 100% upside. If gold prices really do well, you could blow off these tops. You could go, if you go on the long-term chart, you'll see, obviously we've had some smaller runs in the past, but from lower lows, right? Or, from 50 cents, 70 cents, all the way down there, 67 cents, and then we explode off those lows. So I'm not saying this can't go lower, obviously. This could go down to $1, $2 per share. You never know, depending on gold prices in the market. But if you're thinking about this as a long-term investment where you're getting dividends, if they continue to pay those dividends, guys, they still have a very large market cap in Canadian dollars, 5.35 billion, even at $3 a share. So it's a large company. As far as the dividend goes, they have a consistent 4-cent dividend paid out. The actual dividend yield is 5.25%. So I love gold, and I also love companies like Walgreens, which have strategic markets and very good locations all across the U.S. Even though they've been closing some locations, it's still a matter of strength. I think Walgreens Boots Alliance should do pretty well at least from what I can see where I live. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. But then we have Newmont Mining once again. So solid dividend. They did have one slight dividend cut, but overall, still pretty good growth in their dividend over the last several years, as you can see. And then we also have the other one we just talked about, B2Gold, BTG Dividend, 4-cent dividend, nice and solid. These three stocks, guys, I think could be very good additions to your dividend portfolio. I've talked about Stag Industrial as well. That's another one of my favorites. This one pays a solid approximately 12-cent dividend. So as a bonus, I've mentioned Stag in other videos, but if you look at a 4.12% dividend yield, a nice real estate investment trust. So we have gold and we have real estate, right? So two of my favorites, to be honest. I love investing in those types of assets. And so when we're talking about REITs, you can take a look at something like this. You can also take a look at Realty Income is another nice dividend paying stock. So there's a couple bonus ones if you want to take a look at those. With that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching this short video on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week, and we will see you guys in the next video. God bless and take care.